Welcome back to Temptation Time with Tiffany. So for this last segment, I wanted to talk about some of the questions I received. I had some great questions that viewers sent in via Nightstand email address, and we were going to talk a little bit about those. I know that you helped me pick these questions, so what did you...
It was hard to choose. We had a lot of great questions come in. Our first one comes from Jim M. in Aurora, Colorado. Jim writes, I most often come before my wife. What can I do to last longer?
That's a big concern that people have. And first off, I say, just relax, Jim. Don't get stressed out. Don't get anxiety over this concern. First off, you can pleasure your wife first. Make sure that she gets hers before you get yours. But there's some even better skills and techniques I can teach you. One really, really good thing to do is you press on the perineum. So if you don't know what the perineum is, it's right underneath the scrotum. You or your partner can use just several fingers, press that button for just a couple seconds, and that usually helps prolong your erection and keep you from reaching orgasm. So that's one great way. Another thing is try using a condom. If you have, if you're not using a condom currently, that can help desensitize and make you last longer. You can always kind of pull out and, kind of calm down, desensitize, do some foreplay, kissing, all of those things to kind of help you last longer.
Great. Well, I hope that works for you, Jim. Our next question comes from Jennifer K. in Jackson Hole, Wyoming. Jennifer writes, my boyfriend is not very good at giving oral sex. How can I tell him and teach him how I like it?
And that's a great question, because we don't want to make our partners feel bad. We don't want to kind of point our finger at them and say what they're doing wrong. So there's a lot of ways she can teach him how to do it right without criticizing. So one way would be masturbating in front of him and kind of bringing him into what she enjoys by just visualization. Now, of course, it's not oral sex, but he can see the areas that she's focusing in on, kind of the speed and rhythm and things that she likes to pleasure herself. So that can be helpful and totally not offend him in any way or make him feel bad about himself. The other thing would be to be more verbal in terms of what you like and what you don't like. And I know a lot of women have this problem in terms of, I like it when you do this, I want you to do it like that. They just haven't been brought up to feel comfortable expressing what they want sexually, but it can be so valuable in guiding him and showing him what you want. Even using your hands to kind of position him and use your own hands during the same, oral sex scene can be helpful. The other thing that could be helpful is to watch a video together, something that you've already probably previewed, that there's a great scene and you really like the way the actor is involved in this scenario. And there's great educational movies out there.
Kind of showing this is what I like, maybe.
And really, really saying, wow, that is so hot, I wish you would do that to me, or we should do that sometime. And I mean, that's a hot beginning to a great sex evening anyways. Watching movies can be, a great foreplay, but also be an educational element so couples can communicate without feeling like they're judging their partner or making your partner feel bad.
So it seems like today communication is a big theme. Really, no one can know what you want if you don't say it, if you don't speak up in some way.
You have to be your own advocate for what you want sexually, and you have to create an atmosphere that lets people disclose and say what they want. But it's good to be positive first. I like all of these things that you do, but I wish you would do this more. We need to remember that it's about everyone feeling good. Sex is, a good, positive thing. We want to feel good. We want them to feel good. So let's open a good, positive level of communication.
Positive reinforcement, it seems like.
Exactly.
Well, great. I hope that helps Jen and Jim. If you guys have questions for Tiffany, you can write at info@nightstandtv.com. Also, you can write to Tiffany on Facebook.
Thanks so much for joining me. Everyone else at home, I will see you next week. I encourage you to have more sex, be safe, and inform yourself. Have a good night.